Another day, another dollar. I mean, that's something, I guess. Let's, alright, let's go. Pistons. I think Thunder is gonna get game one. I never typically bet against the Lakers, but I think they're gonna get game one. Let's see here. I need to get more rebounds and it's a bonus.
Good, MP.
I was about to play the Celtics game by accident. He lost anyways.
All right, MP. Before we started filming, you said you had a little something extra tonight.
That's right. I've been on this rebounding kick for a minute now, and to be honest, not a lot of people have noticed. So I'm feeling some type of way about that, because this is a problem, man. Anytime you try to do anything besides get buckets, the media doesn't care.
It's true. There's not a lot of likes on the rebounding videos either. So what you gonna do about it?
Make a splash. Get on the top 10. Let me make this simple. I'm about to go 20-20, just like my vision.
Wait, what?
20 points and 20 boards.
Exactly. 20-20 tonight. Take it to the bank and cash it.
It's a lot of boards, MP. Why are you so confident you can get them?
What?
Well, coach got me, grinding, watching tape,
MP,
doing
you are
squats,
not about that life,
rebounding,
man.
missed shots in practice. I'm talking
I don't know if we can even get
and I've been putting it to work.
20 points, much
So,
less 20 rebounds.
I'm gonna make it happen.
You heard it here first. MP going for 20 and 20 tonight.
Oh, hell no.
Shake it, MP.
But look at this. You expect me to get yeah, for some reason that's how it works in this thing. The further you shoot back, the higher it is.
Good evening, everyone. The NBA season is... And how about we check the numbers for Malik Monk?
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. They've got Wembanyama. Fox is out there with Keldon Johnson. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's MP in at the 4. And for the Kings, Murray and Sabonis make up the inside pair. Monk is out there with Dennis Schroeder. It's Clifford at the small forward. One of the ongoing stats we've been keeping an eye on is MP's execution in the rebound department.
Look, sometimes you make a commitment to improve a part of your game and fall short. And that's not for a lack of effort. A lot of factors, of course, are involved. But to be quite frank, MP just has not had the impact on the boards that he and his coaching staff were expecting to see. We'll see if that changes here tonight.
So, Greg, when you're in the first game...
Bro, Wemby, why do you keep getting my boards?
Already looking towards the second game.
Well,
Jeez,
from a
bro.
player's perspective, not much. But from the view of a coach, it has to creep in some in terms of making sure you don't overplay.
I mean, I'm good right.
stars.
I mean, I'm fine with you doing that, but like, damn, bro, that other boy should have been mine.
Peter passes to Monk. Jacks up a 3. Rebounds San Antonio.
I have to fight my own teammates just to get boards.
Last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
That one good for
I mean,
Great ball movement there.
Sacramento's gone 0-2 from deep here. RJ, we have never seen a player like Victor Wembanyama. In your opinion, what's his potential?
Wemby has so much potential, it's scary. The number one thing that can stop him from being one of the greats of all times, in my opinion, is injury. After that, there is nothing that is stopping him
that was
from being
easy.
one of the most dominant physical specimens we've ever seen.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Outside, Sabonis. Good on the shot.
Damn, bro, I got a block. Bro, I thought I can get a block off of it.
San Antonio leading by 7. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie before.
Man, that was a late pass.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Celtics just played phenomenal. He ended up with 23 points, and what an offensive performance overall.
That should have been another easy one.
It's been an incredible stretch for him, and we'll find out soon
All right,
enough
let's see if I can make my free throws.
Send it back to you guys.
Allie, we appreciate the update.
Nope.
You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
San Antonio making a switch here. Harper's checked in.
Oh, I guess I'm guarding him then.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Monk. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama.
I still can't get no boards over this man.
6 so far from the field to start out the game. MP with a screen on Murray.
That was a bad.
Passes to MP. It's stolen.
Yeah, that was a bad call for me, and that was a bad screen that I did.
Here we go. Pass to Schroeder. We've got 1:23 left here in the first quarter. Monk outside. From deep. A rebound by the Spurs.
And to put things simply,
Finally, I can get a board.
Has not been his quarter.
Fox dishes to MP.
All right, send me a screen.
On Sabonis. MP finds Vassell.
Hey, let's go.
It's good. Vassell's got 5 points so far.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Clifford coming off a solid outing against Phoenix.
Look at the big fella.
Like, look.
Working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off.
Wemby, that was such a late pass. Oh my God. Get that out of here.
pass off the backboard. And that's out of bounds.
Bro, if Wemby didn't make that bad pass, that would have been an easy one on me.
Dean comes in for Dennis.
I hate when in 2K, just because you like not the first priority, they just reluctant to basically pass you the ball.
Trailing here by 8, and this game the first chance they've had.
Oh, that's my bad.
San Antonio Spurs.
And in this matchup, last season, not one of the games went
That's on me for not positioning myself right.
Then there's Carter. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Here's Dunleavy. 6 on the shot clock. The 3. And it's Carter missing. Spurs
finally, Wembanyama.
Stolen by Levine.
Shit.
Here's Dunleavy. And it's MV with the rebound.
I'm so glad that happened.
You have to convert on those easy opportunities around the rim.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Dunleavy. And Walker kicks to Dunleavy. Walker is screen on Riley. Takes it inside. And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
Making the floater.
I mean, there was nothing I could have done really with that one.
MP outside. Here is Riley, defended by Dunleavy. Deflects the pass.
What kind of pass was that?
And the rejection by MP. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. Zach LaVine is becoming a more rugged defender. He said, it takes a toll. I've always been in great shape, but you have to be strong, too. The mental side of it, taking
hey, Air One! Let's go!
Now, I like taking on those challenges. Back over to you.
You got it, making the commitment.
All right, let me try to make this.
Allie, we appreciate the report. Both teams
Bang.
deciding to change it up. And you think about the importance, RJ, of awareness in basketball IQ. What about players who don't have that, but are immensely talented?
Well, they still have to grow their IQ, and that can take time, because if you make too many mistakes, it will catch you a minute.
Damn.
So you can't expect a little bit of physicality to stop Sabonis. Not him.
Outside, Fox. Tries again. Wembanyama fighting.
All right, Wemby, you got that.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Bounce pass, Schroeder.
I did not leave my assignment, bro. They tripping.
Sabonis is screen on Fox. Inside. And slam dunk by
Yeah, that's
Sabonis.
on me.
Yeah, I like that he's not taking any chances there. Sabonis goes up strong with the finish.
There's 1:54 left now here in the second. MP passes to Wembanyama.
I should have done a bounce pass.
Murray outside.
Well, maybe that wouldn't help too much, but still.
Pass to Levine. 6 to shoot. Sabonis is screen on Fox. Here's Levine. Good on the shot. And
I thought I blocked that. I really thought I did.
He's got his second bucket of the night.
A more effective playmaker than he gets credit for. Levine, solid at sizing up defenses and taking...
There's 49 seconds left in the second quarter. MP kicks to Johnson. To the middle. Murray with it. He's
Okay, that was on me.
16-point game against Phoenix. Sabonis' shot is off.
I don't know what kind of shot Sabonis was taking.
Johnson outside. MP outside.
All right, Victor. It's great.
Wembanyama sets a screen for MP. The height of Wembanyama on the lob.
Yes, sir.
Perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
Monk with a screen on Fox. Here's Schroeder. Off target with his three. And so it's San Antonio. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be right back after this.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an
They've been locked in. I mean, locked in. They know what they want, and they know how to get it. Kind of like Shaq at the barbecue.
Say Diesel, what's your favorite dish at a cookout?
Cereal in a bowl. At a barbecue?
And guys, let's turn our attention to the future, shall we? That'll do it for our show.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got MP, De'Aaron Fox out there with Keldon Johnson.
Yeah, that's on me.
Victor Wembanyama. And it's Vassell in at the three.
I thought Victor was gonna get him. I thought I was gonna get the bonus.
Player who can do damage as a spot-up shooter.
Any thoughts, Richard, on
Are you serious?
progress throughout his career?
Maybe I should have forced the dunk, but still.
Just an outside shooter. He works hard on his defense, his ball movement. Murray is growing into a multifaceted player that they were looking for.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Johnson for three, and the three ball is good. Johnson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside, Sabonis. On the wing, Murray. Schroeder finds Monk.
Yeah, Sabonis really had to think twice about that one.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Unloads. It's hauled in by MP.
Finally, this time I got over Wemby.
Third quarter of basketball. Oh, it's a high flyer.
Hey.
Nasty.
That's just filthy.
Oh, man, MP to be young again.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T connected cam. Pass to Clifford. Murray a screen on Vassell. Murray the pass to Sabonis. Over MP. Nice move. And the rejection by MP.
Damn.
Wiry 6'8". He can
Just damn.
He can defend and he can shoot it. He has the tools every team is looking for.
Sacramento shooting their first free throws of the evening. And he can't hit the second. The
Damn,
Spurs
Wemby
have
got
gone 2 of 3
mine.
from the field to start the second half. Vassell, the pass to MP. It's stolen by Schroeder.
How did
And now Sacramento on the break. Here's Clifford, guarded by Fox. Again, the miss by the King.
Oh, I jumped too
Well,
early.
his shooting is unfortunately not a big thing. And his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
Back to MP. It's stolen by Schroeder.
What kind of sloppy
Here's the break.
I don't know. That's stuff.
Finish
Pass.
off the break. Murray's got 5 points so far.
So you couldn't contest that one either.
This league. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
Back to Fox. Shoots over Schroeder. Here's ball and a slam from Wembanyama.
Damn.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
Monk outside.
Who's my?
1:52
What?
left in the
Oh,
third quarter.
Sabonis is my assignment. I thought Wemby got him.
Schroeder. good on the three. And so, MP will bring it up for San Antonio. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Right at the free throw line, Johnson can't get it to go.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Sacramento moving it around. Down low. Sabonis at the elbow. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. He's got 12.
Damn.
You see how proficient Sabonis is from mid-range. This is an area that he loves to work from.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Just about halfway through group play. Here are the NBA Cup standings.
This competition has been really fun to watch. Some great games thus far. It feels like every year the NBA Cup just gets better.
MP with a screen on Levine. To the paint. Here's MT. Sacramento grabs the miss.
I don't know what all that was about.
Outside, Walker. Here's Carter, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama.
Let's go, Wemby.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at San Antonio. They reside in the 7th slot right now in the early part of the season. And, of course, the Kings. They're 5 spots away.
And when you look at Sacramento, they haven't looked anything like the team we thought they'd be this year. Still such a long way to go. They could be in line for a long, tumultuous season.
Yeah, I'm not sure this can be written off just as a slow start. I think this might be the team that they are.
Clearly a foul.
For Sacramento, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And he makes the first. The Kings making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Riley kicks to Harper. MP sets the screen for Harper. To the inside. Here's MP. The layup missed. The Kings trail by 8.
This will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how it plays out.
Kicks it out to Beasley. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And we've reached the end of the third.
Damn.
Spurs lead by 8. We're going to step aside. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's
making some changes here. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Murray and Sabonis make up the inside pair. Malik Monk out there with Dennis Schroeder. Edge Clifford at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Sabonis, and slam dunk by Sabonis.
Damn.
Ooh, he is in the zone offensively. Sabonis is making good selections and playing with great intensity right now.
Here's Fox, and it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. To the middle. Johnson. Here is Wembanyama. And down it goes.
Let's go.
He's been a key factor for them offensively, scoring with consistency.
The Kings trail by 17. Sabonis sets the pick for Schroeder.
Get that out of here.
Rejection by MP. And that
Damn. He still got that.
Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 15-6 run. Vassell outside. Here's MP.
Hey, nice pass.
And he punches it home.
When MP is having a night like this, you just can't keep him from getting the ball.
Sabonis outside. Off target from outside. San Antonio leading by 17. Outside box. MP outside. Johnson outside. Here's MP. And
damn, bro. Yeah.
Here's Monk, the fast break chance.
I'm very much.
Murray against Wembanyama.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Spurs.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
Honestly, I just love how relentless he is on the glass, making a
if he didn't twist his body a certain way
and give his teammates extra chances.
MP, oh, what a finish!
Saw the opportunity.
If he didn't twist his body a certain way, bro, I would have had.
Turn it down.
And that score
I would have had that block.
the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Sabonis' screen on Fox. And it doesn't go.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
MP inside. And the layup is off. Here's Sacramento now. They trail by 18. Tries the spin move. Wembanyama rips down the rebound.
Yeah.
And so it's San Antonio.
At least I outperformed Sabonis.
Resilient, ending the group round at 2 wins, 2 losses.
You got the win. Got yourself a double-double. Anything missing, MP? You want fries with that?
You want fries with that? Really? I want a triple-double next time. No.
Man, I love your questions. And you know what? I do want those fries, Dominic. Win is always good, and I'm not out there thinking about my numbers when I'm playing. But, hey, it's nice to see all the stats I racked up. Lets me know I'm as dominant as I think I am. Lets the league know, too.
Sounds good, MP. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
Kevin, over to you.
All right, Dominic, thank you.
Lost earlier when you got that kind of you posted it. All right, man. To be fair, 2020 was a dumb promise. All right, we got some W's. Okay. Got a bunch of L's. We took an L against the Kings again. How much I had this? What did I had this game at? 13, 4-4. 5 for 15. Ugh. That's disgusting.
All right, MP, check this out. Look, we're going to win tonight by creating more possessions and taking more shots. That means cutting down on turnovers and hitting the offensive glass hard and early, okay?
Yeah, if that's what the game plan is, I'll crash the boards all night, no problem.
Good. The rest of the team knows you're going after their missed shots, so someone's going to rotate to stop the fast break. Look, like right here. I want you to focus on attacking the rim, okay?
Okay. Hey, can I do a Moses Malone style?
That's right.
Yeah, and, you know, maybe I'll tap a few to myself, pat my stats a little bit. Only if we get way ahead, though.
How about you just snag the ball and kick it out to the open shooter, okay?
Yeah, that works too, Coach.
All right, good. All right, look at this movement here, all right? You see how it creates space?
Alright, so my matchup is Jay Duran. Yeah, my rebound stats is going down.
There he is.
Teams overachieving. What's behind that typically?
Yeah, Brian, typically when you see something like that, it's because a couple of role players have gotten off to a really hot...
Wait, what I need to do? Alright, get 5 offensive rebounds.
Start. The question is, can those guys sustain that over the long term? If that's the case, then that team could take a leap forward.
We touched on this a few games ago, but
yeah,
a topic that's been out in the media for quite some time is MP's personal focus on rebounding this season.
He's definitely delivered on the glass. Maybe not to the level he had hoped for, but he's absolutely been a major contributor to grabbing both offensive and defensive boards. I think he's got one level higher he can achieve, though, and we'll see if he can elevate his game here tonight.
A look at the starting group for the Pistons. We've got Cade Cunningham, Asar Thompson out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then there's DeAnthony Melton, and it's Duran in at the center position. Now here's Thompson, taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game.
Why am I getting
Stewart,
the guard?
And the call is going to be
yes, sir.
Screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. I asked him what his thoughts were on Cade Cunningham, and he said Cade is extremely talented. He's got great size. He plays under control. He's one of those guys that makes his teammates better. It's easy to see why he initiates so much of their offense. Guys?
And Allie, thanks. Duran with a steal.
Well read defensively. That window closed so fast.
And slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Tim, you've been vocal.
Oh, that was so close.
Cade Cunningham, and rightfully so.
Well, BA, on any given night, Cade can be the best player on the floor. He
scores, now the transition take foul.
He rebounds, and he processes things quickly. He always seems to be under control.
When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, at his height, what a combination.
You know, BA, whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just beasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
Now here's Duran. Really struggled in that loss against
Are you serious?
And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there.
That is a really nice use of the pump fake from Duran. That 6 foot.
And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for the Detroit Pistons. They're coming off a loss against Miami.
They kept the game close, but made a lot of mistakes. And we heard about it from the coaching staff afterward.
Very few positives to take away from that game. I know it's one they're going to want to put behind them.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second. We've got Malcolm Brogdon. He's out there with Smith. Karis LeVert is out there with Paul Reed. And it's Maxwell in at the 4. Here's Harper. 14 points for him last game against Sacramento.
That's right. Makes sense.
Harper's got 8 points.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
Damn. Yeah, I got into foul trouble. This is not my game.
And so it's Detroit, ending the quarter up 10.
This is not my game.
Distance has been impressive, and it's put them in this lead right now. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Hey, folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great...
Yeah, they're playing within themselves, getting to their spots and working the ball to whoever is open.
Efficiently building out that. And we've got the playoff picture starting to come into focus now. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference.
I think for Detroit, there are some high expectations coming into the season.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game. He has been everywhere.
He took a head-on approach in the first half, going straight at the D and drawing fouls.
Yeah, the key is to be in an attack mindset, but still play under control.
Let's go.
When you do that, good things tend to happen.
They've got MP. Johnson is out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then it's Victor Wembanyama, and it's Champagnie at the small forward.
Let's go.
For Mitch Johnson, starting the second half.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That is just nasty right there by Duran.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? Johnson passes to Fox. To the middle. Here's MP. Duran with a rebound.
He got me last minute. Come on, that should have been an easy
Trying
dream.
to match the other team's intensity right now.
Thompson finds Duran. MP with the block.
Well, how about MP protecting the rim? That looked like it
Let's
was
go.
an easy two.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Fox for 3. Duran with a rebound. Duran's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, thought I couldn't even get one.
MP in their last time out against the Kings made some excellent plays. He dropped 13 points, and talk about a two-way player. He was phenomenal at both ends. And his production wasn't limited to just one area. He had a hand in almost every aspect of that game. Guys, back to you.
Oh, great stuff, Allie. He was aggressive in that game. Really took initiative.
He really made an impact, and he'll be looking to repeat that kind of performance again tonight.
Well, let's see if that rhythm carries over. They will involve him early in this one.
Detroit moving the ball around. Cunningham on the wing, covered by Wembanyama. 4 on the clock, and finished off by Stewart.
And what a read there from Cunningham, showing he has vision and timing with his passes.
Spurs trail by 12. Fox, the pass to Johnson. MP outside. Pass to Champagnie. Thompson with the steal.
Why would you pass to the corner? I literally didn't.
And here's Stewart to the paint. The shot, no good. Oh, great D that time from MP. Fox, the pass to MP. Down low. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, the body control and balance from Wemby.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
And Grant, offensively, Wemby has a lot of different options. Talk about his game.
Well, put simply, we've never seen a 7-footer with this array of skills. He's an efficient shooter from anywhere, and the length to just about ignore defenders. I mean, he's got it all.
Harper, he's checked in for San Antonio. And the switch here also for Detroit. Smith, he's checked in for Cade Cunningham.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Inside. Here's Thompson. The rebound by MP. Spurs trail by 10. Wembanyama down low. Stewart defends. Wembanyama.
Let's go, Wemby.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value. And nice to see him deliver it.
And he lays in the alley-oop pass. And the Pistons lead by 10.
Damn, that's crazy.
Saw his teammate with a path to the rim, and boom! Lobbed it up there beautifully.
Very smooth catch and finish.
Man.
Pass to Stewart.
I think this game loves me 1 minute and just hates me the next.
Uses the glass on the layup. Duran's got 13
I should have tried to block that one because I saw that one coming.
And he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
Yeah, too much Wemby. I mean, just too strong down low.
Detroit leading by 10. Here's Duran. And the
damn, Wemby.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, he took that up with great confidence. Tremendous finish.
Duran against MP. Pass to Wembanyama. The Pistons clear it. Duran's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Thompson passes to Smith. To the inside. Here's Duran.
Ah,
with him there.
Damn, I was late.
And when it comes to taking an offense out of its rhythm, what are some of the primary methods, Grant?
Well, BA, you have to disrupt their flow. That can come from steals, deflections, block shots, even change shots. Anything that makes them feel uncomfortable.
And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth.
We lost, but like
Cunningham is out there with Smith. Then it's Paul Reed, and it's Maxwell in the power forward. Shot clock at 2, and it's Cunningham missing. Spurs trail by 15. Pass to Johnson. Back to MP. Here's
bro, they
Harper.
clogging that paint
Johnson
real
on the
good.
wing.
I can't even get any offense going.
Picked up by Sohan. The 3. And Reed pulls it down. Detroit leading by 15. Smith outside. Cunningham against Fox. Now here's Cunningham. Tight defense on him. Oh, some solid defense from Fox. Here's Harper. The rebound by Detroit.
That's just unlucky. You don't mind him taking that shot at all.
Pass to Maxwell. About a minute and a half through the
Damn, I wish I.
That one falls. And the Pistons lead by 17. Fox, the pass to MP. Johnson on the wing. Fox outside. San Antonio moving the ball around. Pass to Johnson. LeVert with a rebound.
Well, his poor
I let that
shooting
man
hasn't
rebound
helped
me.
them
Damn.
much, but you can't point the finger solely at him for why they're behind.
And Fox, here we go. Outside MP. Driving to the...
Hey, finally.
Goodness! Little bit of flair on that one.
Oh, man. MP, that was nasty.
A different look for San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama's checked in for Sohan. And it's Champagne
Finally.
in for Harper. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, team, I was able to catch the message that J.B. Bickerstaff was giving to his team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team
I meant to
hard.
pass it back
In
to-
the huddle, they told their guys to stay
Oh,
alert,
boy,
to not give
yeah.
them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Here's Cunningham. Stewart outside.
Here you go, shoot it. I dare you.
Cunningham looking it over. Can't hit it.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Outside Fox. Shot blocked.
Yeah, going straight up with those long
I knew
arms.
it.
Duran flat out, a brick wall around the rim.
Thompson, a screen on Johnson. Now Thompson. Oh, the slam off a fantastic lead pass. What a play.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
And this is where you really want to be mindful. No turnovers, no sloppy play.
Now MP. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Pistons.
Tonight, they got everybody in on the scoring. Had nice passing, which led to good looks.
Just solid play by these guys.
And they really wanted this one. It pushes their win total up to 21.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what were only 2 meetings between these teams.
And as it was happening,
Finally.
as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Cade Cunningham.
Well, offensively, he was about as locked in as you can be, and his team continued to find him.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a
That was
few
an
calls
accident.
I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
Oh, MP with a block.
Getting blocks requires a blend of confidence and athleticism. Luckily for MP, he has both.
I mean, we lost, but like,
Difference between the shot clock and game clock.
at least we could pat my stats up a little bit.
You just love the pressure MP puts on defenses. He is poised beyond his years.
Second team foul.
Free throw good, MP.
MP. Shooting 2.
Both good from the line.
At least it's something.
Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
Smith against Bryant.
Yep.
And so it's Detroit easily grabbing this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. With Tim Legler, Allie the...
Man, I play like crap. Bruh, even if I was able to get the offensive glasses, man, we was not winning that game regardless. At least we got the 6th seed. Oh damn, we lost badly. Let me see here. Yeah, terrible stats across for me, and this is Wemby's bad game. And 8, not a good game either. Me, I mean, I had a double-double, but man, it's not a good.
Man, that was heavy.
That's a new personal record, right?
That's right. They see the stats, they watch the game, but they don't see what it takes to be great. This right here is the real workout.
Tell us when you started your workout today.
Got up at 5 a.m., had my breakfast, was in here at about 6 a.m., finished this workout, then I got to rest, recharge, get ready for practice in the afternoon. Whew, the grind never stops.
Feels like you've been lifting a lot more lately, MP. Why's that?
That's what it takes to be the best rebounder in the league, I guess. You get slapped, scratched, tossed around. You got to have a strong base. You know, Xander? That's what I'm doing in here. Come on.
All right. Got it. It's a wrap on that.
Good. Can you put the camera down and spot me now? This thing is heavy.
All right, let's see how this one goes.
All right, MP, you ready?
And the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're fully warmed up for the tip. Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Devin Vassell.
And you can never fully predict these long-term trends, but it's apparent that the production has been on the decline here a bit. That doesn't mean it will stay that way. And look, so many ways he can impact the team as well. Not always just about the scoring.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The wings for him, Sharp and Avdia.
Come on, Wemby.
On the block, you'll see Kamara and Klingon. And it's Henderson in at the point. And for San Antonio, MP out there with Devin Vassell.
Damn.
Then there's Wembanyama. Then it's De'Aaron Fox. And it's Johnson in at the shooting guard position. One key story for MP over the course of this season. How he has really made it a point of emphasis to help his team out on the boards.
And it's become an ongoing debate this season whether MP has delivered on his expectations to help the team on the glass. I think he's done a solid job, but if anything is certain with MP, you know we might be in for a big night tonight. You can never count this man out. He is always looking to silence the doubters.
And Greg, we don't expect the pace to be fast tonight. These teams operate in the half court, don't they?
Exactly. There's so much transition offense in this league.
Are you serious, bro?
In the half court.
That shit crazy.
Scoot has all the physical attributes. He has the fearless mentality. But like most young players, he just needs some time to develop and adapt to the NBA game.
Both free throws good from Henderson. No question, Scoot Henderson has excelled from a very early age.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think it was tough on Scoot Henderson when he first came in the league. The expectations were so high, and we didn't absolutely dominate.
Let's go.
People got down on him, but this is a really talented guy. If we just give him a little time, He's going to be one of the best guards in this league.
A powerhouse slam. Clingan gave it everything on that one.
MP
Hey.
throws it down.
Oh, I dump you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Back to Henderson. Over to the left wing. Clingan the screen for Henderson. And the rejection by him.
Damn, bro.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And that one clearly foul. Gets the whistle, and 2
let's
shots
go.
coming up.
Got fouled anyways.
Sharp picks one up.
Crafty move there from MP to get to the foul line.
I think that one counts as a block, I'm pretty sure.
Harper, he's checked in for San Antonio. And both free
Let's
throws.
go. I made both.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Sharp against Fox. In
Oh.
the corner, Kamara with it. Shot clock at 6. Back to Sharp. The 3. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last
I would
matchup
pass it, but man, I'm
against
scared of that
stepped up
turnover.
to deliver. He ended up with 12 points, and his aggressive approach got him to the line a number of times.
I wasn't going to be able to get that either way.
Finding ways to be useful out there. Back to you guys.
Great stuff, Allie. We thank you. Greg, he did some fantastic things in that one. He made a huge impact.
And I look for him to try and repeat that performance here tonight. I really do.
Yeah, watching the film of that game, they ran some nice
Yeah,
sets for him.
I'm just
I'd
too
expect
small.
more of the same tonight.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
It's Vassell on the wing. Outside Harper. On the wing, MP. They get it back. Makes it off the
I mean, I had to try it.
Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
Here's Clingan. And it's Clingan with the
I should have tried to get a steal.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high.
I saw that coming, but I was trying to get a block.
Great basketball.
MP outside. And the dunk by
Hey.
You love to see MP just attack that rim. Young players, take note.
Pass to Sharp. Back to Henderson. Now, here's Avdia. The three-pointer, no good.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
MP finds Wembanyama. Good, and it's
Let's go.
MP picking up the assist. Wembanyama's got 5 points so far. Portland leading. Left side, Avdia. 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Sharp. Portland moving the ball around. Over Wembanyama. And it's Sharp missing.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
And that one's good.
Let's go.
Wembanyama.
Good thing I made that
7
pass.
points in the game.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop. He's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Trailblazers out in front, up by 1. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Trailblazers.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far.
Damn.
They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far.
Hey, nice pass.
Oh, wow, that was a dunk contest level jam right there.
Now Lillard. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Harper with the steal.
Let's go.
MP with a screen on Lillard. Harper the pass to MP. Oh, that's a monster jam by MP.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
He got. Oh, okay. I thought I was fouling him.
What you need to do.
In a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, they're in a
I need
great
to take the
flow.
room.
Ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
Here's Johnson. Rebound by the Trailblazers. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls,
That's on me.
they could not convert at the line.
And missed free throws are killers, especially when you consider how many they missed. Hopefully, they stay late to practice after that.
MP, no good.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim.
That was not an easy one.
And as his career has progressed, Dan, Jeremy Grant becoming a more offensively focused player.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. I think.
Why did I not get that rebound? That should have been an easy one.
Got his early playing time in the league with defense, energy, and effort. And as he got more playing time, that allowed him to develop his offensive skills. And now he is a very good scorer on top of what he gives you on the defensive end.
Outside Harper, over Holiday. To the wing on the left. Sohan finds Bryant. Screen by MP. To the paint. MP.
Hey, let's go. I made it.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, Damian Lillard talked about what it would mean to his legacy to win a title. He said, my body of work does speak for itself. I don't think I have to prove it to anybody. It's more for myself, honestly. And I just want to be like, yeah, I've done all these things, but I want a championship too. Back over to you.
Chasing that ring. Okay, Allie, thanks.
Finally, I got some rebounds over Wemby.
Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. Wembanyama's got the lead up to 4 now for the Spurs. Lillard against Fox. The baseline J. And Lillard gets it to go.
Damn.
Well, any range is within range for a shooter of Lillard's time.
MP passes to Wembanyama.
Let's go.
He went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. And here's Anderson. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. And it's Lillard missing. Spurs leading by 4. Down low.
Easy one.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Here's Lillard. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Henderson, no good. And so it's San Antonio with their lead standing.
Let's go.
At the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside. That's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Right back after this break.
Happy to have you with us. Let's bring you up to speed on the winners of the Player of the Month awards. Before we get into that, I want to know, back when you guys played, what was your favorite city to play in?
Well, Shaq played for every team in the league, so I'd like to ask him first, Ernest.
Well, everybody wanted me, Kenny. Don't be jealous.
And looking back on that first half, it certainly hasn't gone as planned for the Portland Trail Blazers.
Even teams that have great shooters have to be selective. They're hucking it up from beyond the arc, hoping for the best. And it reminds me of my free throws. Almost, mostly bricks.
It's like they went to the O'Neal three-point shooting academy.
Very funny.
Thanks for joining us.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Henderson and Sharp are the guards.
I could have tried, but I ain't gonna do all that.
And Klingon. And it's Avdia in at the small forward. And Greg, everyone talks about the importance of basketball IQ.
Bro, what is that?
In the NBA,
I didn't even mean to do all that.
Boy, it would be tough. I mean, there's a reason younger teams typically don't win at the highest level. But you need to take those lumps and get that experience and learn from those lessons.
Damn, I thought I was going to be able to get that.
Johnson against Henderson. And stolen by Vassell. Inside. Outside for Wembanyama.
You get a mismatch, Wemby.
Pass to Vassell. Clock at 6. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shoots over Kamara. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Trailblazers trail by 6. And when you watch Kamara, Coach, what stands out to you the most?
Well, look, I think what stands out the most is his athletic ability and his energy. Those things he brings every night, and he gets a lot done with those. And then his skills just continue to improve. And as they do, the sky's the limit.
Goes back up. And Sharp.
Damn, I thought I was going to be able to meet him at the rim.
Sharp's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Portland. And the dunk.
Hey.
What an incredible game so far for MP. He's showing no signs of slowing down.
Portland's gone 0-2 from deep to start things early in the second half. But
yeah, he thought I made him regret that one.
Henderson. Sharp against Johnson. There's the try. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Well, how about the burst of speed right there? Sharp terrific at getting all the way to the basket.
Here's MP. Good and a nice assist.
Let's go.
Fox has got 4 assists now tonight.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Henderson outside. And the wide open shot from Avdia. Pass to Kamara. Henderson.
The fact that he missed it is crazy work.
A three-pointer is right on target. Henderson's got 7 points in the game.
Well, we know he can hit those. For Henderson, it's all about becoming more reliable.
And the dunk by MP.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Johnson against Sharp.
Bruh.
From the arc. And it's MP with the rebound. MP's got 8 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
And Wembanyama throws it down.
Sure, pass it to the corner.
Staying with it. Wembanyama saves the possession.
And it's Henderson with the ball for the Trailblazers. 7-point differential. And it's Swinging with the jam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. A different look now for San Antonio. Riley's checked in for Vassell. Bryant comes in for Johnson. And it's Harper in for Fox.
All right.
Lillard outside. Grant outside. 6 to shoot. Lillard surveying the D. Outside, Jones.
I didn't get that board.
Lillard against Harper. Outside, Jones. His 3-pointers off the mark. Spurs leading by 5. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. And
let's go.
Throws it down.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Harper against Lillard. A 3-ball. Doesn't go that time. And we've watched 3 so far in this one.
Let's go.
Spurs lead by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action.
That would have been a nice block if I was able to do it.
For Portland. Donovan Clingan, he's checked in for Grant. Jamani Kamara comes in for Jones. Shaden Sharp's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Henderson subbed in for Damian Lillard. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter.
I didn't realize I had the ball.
Fox feeling it out a bit. Here's MP. Johnson outside. Missed on the 3.
Another miss. He is struggling.
Damn.
Fox is out there with Keldon Johnson. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then it's MP. And it's Wembanyama in at the center, walking down the middle. That's the San Antonio 5. Just 5 to shoot. Henderson. It's in.
He actually hit that. Damn,
well,
that's crazy.
We talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot. Well, they got their young star the ball, and it paid off. MP so clutch.
Sharp against Johnson. Outside, Avdia. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
Damn.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your team.
I didn't even mean to pass to him.
MP outside. Johnson outside. Knocks down the 3.
Oh, I'm so glad he made it.
Just tell Johnson loves to attack in any situation.
Sharp against Johnson. Avdia outside. Now Sharp.
Damn, I wish I grabbed that board.
On the wing. Guarded by Fox. Another chance. And the layup.
That's on me too. I don't know what I was doing.
Bucket for Henderson, sensing the moment.
Vassell outside. And down goes the 3.
Well, Vassell managing to stay in total control in a clutch situation.
And we got a timeout called by Johnson.
What's the point, bro? You lost it.
In this game, he's not taking any chances. He'll call time.
Who are the 3 teams, Jack? You know what
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Chauncey Billups address the team. There was a sense of urgency. Coach said, quote, "We are right there, guys. Just stay together and trust one another. Let's take this one." Guys, let's see how that message resonates with the team.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. There's 48 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Wembanyama reels it in, and that's an intentional foul.
Oh, man.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
So it's the Spurs now.
I mean, it makes common sense. Whoa.
Here's MP. Outside Fox. Now Vassell. Johnson fires. Henderson with the rebound.
That was a good
God
look
damn.
from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Misses the three. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I don't know why they do that, dude. We got by 6.
It's the first that makes it a 7-point lead.
And the big question for MP is going to be work ethic. Because if he can put in the sweat, there's no reason he can't be a star in this league.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. Guys, what's your take?
Licking their wound. It hasn't come together for them tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
Here's Sharp from outside. MP rips down the rebound. And the foul called on Tamani.
That's crazy.
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
MP.
And the first of
What
2.
the fuck was that?
Heartbreaking. And he can't get the
Okay, that
second
one
to
was
drop
a
either.
regular
Coming
miss.
up empty that time. And so it's San
To be
Antonio
fair.
with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step to becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
As we send you over to Jennifer Quintana from the sideline.
Your fans on social media are constantly beating the drum about how important you are to the team's success. Does a double-double in the win prove what they say? The more MP, the better it will be?
I've been hearing that. But our fans are the best. We're lucky to have them. The NBA is a high-pressure machine, and nowadays, there's a stat for everything. I mean, everything. There's stats for every blood cell in your body. But after a while, pressure and numbers, they aren't good for you. Fans bring faith and fun back into the equation. And we're lucky to have them, period.
Very good, MP. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Kevin, over to you.
Great work as always, Jennifer. Thanks. And that about wraps it up. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And we'll see you next time.
What did I say? I told you guys I would be the best rebounder in the league, and here I am, looking like a beast.
And was it as easy as you thought it'd be?
Are you kidding? Between the extra film study, the extra workouts, staying after practice to rebound for the other shooters,
Man, if I knew how hard this would be, I would have tried to increase my scoring average by an extra 2 or 3 points per game.
Yeah, but I got a feeling you made the right move, bro.
Yeah? And why is that?
'Cause, you know what they say?
Bored man gets paid.
Bored man gets paid.
Let's go!
That's it. Alright, guys. So, just gonna end this one here. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Bossman Styles. And I'm gone.